Ok, si puedes ver mi pantalla, vas abajo donde están esos tres puntitos. Dice más opciones, vas a bajar a Settings. Es el último, vas a ir aquí en el cuadrito que tiene doble C, Captions. El idioma, language de mi idioma es inglés y lo vas a poner aquí para traducirlo a tu idioma preferido a nosotros no es necesario. Y eso es todo. Y así como ves mi pantalla, ya todo lo que estamos diciendo está traducido. All right, so.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Ms. Mann. And hello, everyone at home. I'm Justin. I'm the community representative and also the vice chair of the LSC. I am here to say, well, I was going to chair to this meeting in Julie Wexler's absence, but we don't have quorum right now. We only have 6 members attending, and we need 7 members to have an official meeting. So what we're going to do is we're not going to be able to vote on anything today because that's official form to conduct official business. But what we will do is still go through various agenda items, including introducing our new assistant principal here, Ms. Wilson, and we're also going to go through our agenda that has been posted. We won't be able to do voting items, but we will be able to have public participation. We'll be able to discuss some reports. And this will be a lot more informal than our normal meetings because we, again, don't have to follow all of the rules that govern our meetings, but we should still have a really productive time together today. So on that note, I want to first give an opportunity to Ms. Wilson, our assistant principal. And before Ms. Wilson introduces herself to the community, I think we should take a moment to introduce ourselves. And so I have already introduced myself to you, Ms. Wilson. I'm Justin. I'm a community representative, and I'm the vice chair of the LSC.
I'm Maria, I'm kind of Inter-American.
I'm Justin, teacher, first grade teacher.
Jenny Dale, alumni of Inter-American and parent of 2, kindergarten and 3rd grade.
For Jimenez del Toro, and I'm also a parent.
Margarita Rosa, I am other community representative. I am also a grandmother of 2 students. One is in 2nd grade and the other one is in 8th grade. My children also attended Inter-American, and I've also worked for CPS for a number of years, and I'm an educator and a lifelong learner.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carmen, not Wilson. It's okay.
Oh,
I never dropped my maiden name.
Oh,
it's okay.
Carmen.
So I am Carmen Wilson. No, that it's fine. But if you look me up, it would be not Wilson. Then just come. That's why I make sure that I say that. Because I still use my maiden name. However, I'm elated to be here. Everyone has been very, very welcoming. The students, the parents, the staff, everyone's been very, very welcoming. I come to you with with 28 years of experience as an educator and about 10 years, and maybe a little bit more of administration experience. Education is what I do. I've always wanted to be an educator. I too am a product of CPS. I too am my children who are grown. I have one grandchild as well. My children are also products of CPS. So I believe in the Chicago public school way. What I would like to say is that whether I worked in the trenches or right in the school, my being was to be able to support the students, serve the community, and serve everyone along that comes with it. I want what's best for all students. students. And I want to be able to work with people who want the same thing. And that's what I feel here. And so I'm glad to be here. I hope to be here longer. I would. And I look forward to working with each and every last one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you all.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
Yeah.
Well, I did have, you don't have to stand.
Oh.
No, it's been a long day. I guess, and to Dr. Travelos, in terms of process, this is my first time of having an assistant principal leave, and then the process of how that works to, that you're interim, what does that mean, timeline, like the process would be helpful.
So when hearing the news of AP Avila and his promotion to principal, I was very happy for him. You know, one of the things I recognized was a need here at the school. So I reached out to Department of Principal Quality and our chief of schools and kind of talk about what supports might be available immediately. So Wilson was available and agreed to come here. She's here 3 days a week. The amount of time really dictates on the need, really. We don't have a timeline. I know Principal Zayas is opening up the process for hiring an assistant principal. Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had a quick question about that because the position was posted a while back. So are we reopening that or how does that work?
But it's not a matter of reopening. It's really just those positions in Toledo, people can, it's an ongoing rolling basis in which people can apply for them. Ultimately, it is the principal's decision in terms of like the hiring process. I imagine Principal Zayas has probably began like reviewing resumes and looking at applicants and so forth. Obviously, the transition has been very quick between AP Avila and now, but really didn't want to leave the school without someone to help support. And Miss Wilson's background and experience, I think, is a good fit right now. And I was here on Monday just to kind of welcome her and check in with Principal Zayas, and then we'll see what the future holds.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else has any questions? No?
Do you speak Spanish?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Not a lot. It was fun. Actually, some of the students gathered around me today and asked me the same thing. We spoke some Spanish to each other and we swung La Bamba. And talked about them together, but just a little bit. But not, I'm not. No, I'm not. But, yeah.
Yeah, I just was curious. Yeah.
Is there anything that you're like particularly enjoying right now? I know it's been so quick and so short of a time here, but is there anything that really has caught your eye at the school so far?
It's something, when you walk into a school and it's bright, there could be some schools, even though it feels like some type of darkness that's not here. I'm very transparent, so know that I would say what I wouldn't, but I wouldn't say that. It's bright, and again, everyone was very welcoming. When it came to all, there's this population is a diverse population, and what I see is there's a community among all, and the welcoming of me was something that was, I wouldn't say it wasn't expected, but it was more than what was expected. And I am one person, what I do, I'm big on social emotion, I'm big on well-being. And what I get from the students is that everyone that plays a part in the student's life here is making sure that the student is being fed something to grow their social emotional learning and their academics. And I see that, and I love that about this community.
Well, thank you. I would agree with you. We have a very vibrant community here, very welcoming. And I think I speak for all of us when I say that we're excited to see what you'll do for our school. So thank you for being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you.
I know this is a public forum, but do you have any questions for us or things that you would like to ask us as LSC members?
No, not gonna make anything up. No, I do not. Hopefully I'll have opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll be in touch.
Okay.
For sure, we'll be in touch.
And I'm the secretary, and so I'll make sure to send you the link to where all of our emails are, so you can both, I manage the LSC email, so if you have anything, you can email directly, and I'll share that with the rest of the LSC. And then our individual emails are also there, so that if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us.
Okay, thank you. And I must say, Principal Zayas has been very, very open. Sit down with me, give me the whole 9 yards where the school's been and where he would like for everybody to go as they work together. So he's been very, very supportive.
Thank you.
Glad to hear that.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I think no one else has any comments. I think we can move forward into public participation. Again, public participation is, not of official record because we're not officially having a meeting right now. So, folks, we should still abide to our 3-minute to give everyone an opportunity, our 3-minute requirement. And I think there's no one in person, I believe, who signed up. Or is that true? Actually, there might be one.
Flor was here.
Lord, but I think she might have left as well.
Oh,
Or
I
she had to
might
go
have
get the
gone to get
kids.
her kids.
Oh, okay.
She was, but then she.
Should we start then with online?
Yeah, then of course, then I agree. We should start with online.
Did Flor
I
still
think
want to talk? Because she could do it virtually.
I can ask her.
Okay, because she was on and now she's off, but she knows. Yeah, thank you.
You're. I'm just wondering about
I just texted Flor.
the fundraisers. 'Cause that's, I think, if she could have, like, opened one.
So just so you guys all know, when the cameras, because it's picking up everybody, whenever you talk, the camera splits to different people. So there's like 3 people on the screen.
So everyone's gonna know when we're all talking over each other. I see. Okay.
I should have said that because we realized that it's a very sensitive camera and it splits everywhere. So we have 2 online and then 1 in person.
Well, Flor might not be in.
No.
Oh, you want to talk? Oh, okay. Yeah,
But yeah, you
of
don't
course.
have to do, but what we talked about, the public, we don't have to be timed on public participation
I mean, I
and
suppose
signed up.
Well, right, because we don't have that many people. I thought we would have. I wasn't sure who was online, but I mean, I do think we should have a reasonable limit.
No.
You know, I do think we should follow just because folks can maybe talk. But if someone wants to talk a little more, we can certainly accommodate. But yeah, on that note, Ms. Mann, I don't know if anyone is lined up to speak.
We have 2 online, but then we have.
Margarita, do you want to? I suppose, do you want to go first? Do you want to go last? Do you want to let maybe the folks from the public go first? Yeah. All right.
Violeta Jiménez.
Hola, buenas tardes. Do I need to do this in Spanish and English or just
Sorry,
read it?
I totally said Miss Brito. I'm sorry, I skipped over
Oh,
Miss
yeah,
Brito.
Jessica's first.
Hello?
Sorry, Violeta. I just completely didn't realize
No,
it.
she could go first. It doesn't matter. Or I could go first. It don't matter to me.
I'll start with you, Jessica Brito. Sorry.
Okay. Well, my name is Jessica Brito. I have an 8th grader. I have to say his name, right? Jesus Brito. I'll be very briefly. I just wanted to ask. Obviously, we all know, or most of us know, what happened at the daycare yesterday, and it was very, very sad news. A lot of our families have kids there, and I actually just wanted to know what are the protocols that we have, and if that could be shared for parents if I were to come to the school. I haven't seen much information about that, and I know a lot of parents are worried, especially since they came into the preschool. and I could translate that real briefly. Mi nombre es Jessica, tengo un hijo en octavo grado, Jesús Brito, y solamente estoy preguntando si sabemos el protocolo de qué hacer si ICE viene a la escuela. Muchos de nosotros sabemos lo que pasó ayer en el daycare cerca de la escuela en Addison y tenemos a muchas familias ahí. Y muchas familias están preguntando qué es lo que se hace si ICE llega a venir a la escuela. Como vimos ayer, entraron al daycare y solamente eso es lo que quiero saber, si tenemos un protocolo de qué hacer si algo llega a pasar. Gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you. Okay, Alex Violeta Jimenez, sorry for the mix up.
It's okay. My name is Violeta Jimenez and I have a 7th grade daughter. I'm part of the group of parents and community members that have been posted around the school monitoring any potential ICE activity. After talking to other volunteers, I can attest to the growing frustration that we all share due to the lack of the guidance by our school administration in the case of ICE appearing at the school during drop-off and pick-up times. We have attended training sessions where we learn how to face ICE, but that doesn't take away the stress of not having an idea of how to act if something happens at the school. We definitely need a plan, and we need it as soon as possible. Thank you. ¿Queréis que lo lea en español o...?
It's not.
Si lo quieres, está bien.
Ok, lo puedo leer en español. Mi nombre es Violeta Jiménez y tengo una hija en 7º grado. Soy parte del grupo de padres y miembros de la comunidad que se encuentran alrededor de la escuela vigilando cualquier posible actividad de ICE. Después de hablar con otros voluntarios, puedo dar fe de la creciente frustración que todos compartimos debido a la falta de orientación por parte de la administración de nuestra escuela en el caso de que ICE aparezca durante los horarios de entrega y recogida de los niños. Como voluntarios hemos asistido a sesiones de capacitación donde nos han enseñado a enfrentarnos a esta situación, pero eso no quita el estrés de no tener una idea real de cómo actuar si algo sucede en la escuela. Definitivamente necesitamos un plan y lo necesitamos urgentemente. Gracias.
Thank you, Violeta.
Gracias.
Nada.
Jen Torres.
Hi, everybody. I want to first welcome the interim vice principal and appreciate her for sharing her heartfelt words. And I hope that we can find a friend in her in our administration. I have to be honest with her, as a representative of the parent community, we have not been satisfied with the leadership of our principal at this school. I'm going to shift now to share on the heels of what my parent friends have just shared ahead of me, an example of the kind of communication I wish that we were receiving from our principal. This is an email that was sent today from the principal of Amundsen School, and it's long, and if you have to cut me off, it's okay. If you don't cut me off, I'll continue in Spanish. Dear Amundsen friends and families and students, we hope this message finds you and your loved ones safe and well. We're reaching out today to share how we are continuing to care for and protect every student at Amundsen High School, especially during a time when news and events in our city may be causing uncertainty or fear for members of our community. Please know that we see you, we hear you, and we are standing together as one Amundsen community. At Amundsen, we are always committed to student safety. As part of our standard daily safety protocols, visitors are required to sign in and show identification upon entering the building, except for early dismissals. Additionally, our security staff monitor all entrances and exits, along with conducting regular perimeter checks throughout the day. To further strengthen these efforts, we maintain a strong presence during arrival and dismissal. Many staff members have volunteered to assist during these times, and through a partnership with the Alderman's office, our safety patrol, made up of trained community members and parents, monitors activity around the school and throughout the neighborhood before and after dismissal to help ensure a safe environment for our students. For students who prefer to stay at school after dismissal, our building remains open until 6 p.m. each day for tutoring, clubs, athletics, or simply as a safe place to spend time before heading home. We also remain in close contact with CPS Safety and Security to receive timely updates and guidance, and we will always communicate with families through email and Aspen should any situation arise that could impact our students. Amundsen High School does not permit ICE or federal agents to enter our school grounds unless a criminal judicial warrant signed by a federal judge is presented. All security staff have been trained on these protocols to ensure compliance and student protection. We also recognize that safety is not only physical, it is emotional. All staff members, including counselors, social workers, and deans, are available every day to meet with students who may be feeling anxious. Safe space signage and multilingual messages throughout the building created by students and staff serve as daily reminders that Amundsen welcomes and protects all. We will continue to share updates through Aspen email and remain in close communication with CPS Safety and CPD to ensure all information shared with families is accurate. Families play an essential role in helping students feel secure and supported. Please remind your child that they can always come to a trusted adult at school if they ever feel uncertain. If safety concerns are impacting your students' attendance, please reach out to their counselor, our attendance office, or our bilingual coordinator. Teachers have also received guidance to support students whose attendance or academics may be affected by ICE activity. Above all, encourage your student to stay connected and engaged in school life. A strong sense of belonging and routine helps every student feel safe and supported. We want to reaffirm that our high school will always be a safe, welcoming, and inclusive space for every student. We are a family where everyone looks out for one another and stands together when times are uncertain. Please continue to look for opportunities and resources in our newsletter, including upcoming bilingual parents' nights, community training sessions, and virtual events designed to provide additional support and information for families. And then there's the sign off. And if you're willing, I'll continue in Spanish.
Mrs. Torres, I'm sorry, we should probably move on because we have some other folks who want to speak as well, but noted that this has been translated into Spanish online.
Ms. Torres, could you also, you could email that to the LSC email so that it can be added as an attachment to the minutes?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
So we have nobody on no additional people in the chat, names in the chat, but we did have a bunch of people join on. So, you know, Ms. Violeta Rosa's gonna talk. And then just to let everybody know who joined in that they could still put their name in the chat to participate publicly. Ms. Margarita Rosa.
Gracias. I'm gonna make my statement a little bit shorter, because it is on the same topic. I'm going to add another little topic on it. But I do, and I wish I wanted to. Okay, we don't want to. Okay, so I think that it's really heartbreaking that we don't have the support of the administration. And as such, it makes it even more difficult to have the entire support of all the staff. Because it's the leadership that guides, you know, the teachers and how much they can do and how much they're welcome to do for the families. And so we've had to work around this non-support in order to support our families. We need carpooling for many of our families. And if we had the support, if we had a heartfelt support from our administration, I think that our children would be safe. Our families would be safer, because that would mean that the teacher would feel confident and would feel that they could share the information so that we can have our parent volunteers who are willing to do it, bring children to school or take the children home. And it's been so difficult to connect because we don't have the support of the administration. I don't know how else or where we go to with this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, if it's just from the network sending another reminder, you know, that we need the administration to support the needs of our families. Now I'm going to get to my second one. Okay. I just want to end with a little uplifting. I want to congratulate Inter-American, the staff, the Betty organization, the parent volunteers. It was the Day of the Dead was celebrated so culturally. It was a very beautiful event. It started out with Ms. Donahue doing the fundraiser with the nichos. So the children got the chance to decorate, you know, their own little nicho for their loved ones. And I know for my grandson, he right away, the way the teacher portrayed it, which is their classroom teacher, and said, you select someone meaningful that has passed on. And of course, I felt dear to my heart because he did select my mother, his great grandmother. And he put so much, you know, like he would be talking about it a few days before and selecting the picture and everything else. And then we went to the event that Ms. Donahue had, and he decorated his nicho, and he was so proud of it. And then, you know, we go and we put it on the altar. And then, you know, all the families go around and they look at it and everything. So they feel proud of what they did. And it's cultural, you know, and it's shows respect for the culture. It shows the children how to remember their ancestors. And then we went into the auditorium and we had entertainment there from teachers and parents. And then we had Ms. Nina Sanchez reading a story to the children. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful event. So I congratulate all of those people involved in the coordination of it. And thank you so much.
I would like to address some of the things spoken in public participation. I would like, as a parent who is also active in the parent sanctuary team and the ICE Patrol, I want to thank all of the members who spoke up during public participation for the concern around the incidents that have been happening around our city of people being kidnapped. Last night, my daughter came home and said that her best friend's little brother's teacher was taken by ICE. And that is what happened because many of our parents have their younger siblings at Rayito de Sol. What is happening to our families directly. In the neighborhoods where our families live, this is something that parents and teachers have stepped up to provide that support. And we've had an outpouring of support of community volunteers, including our LSC community representative, who are monitoring and showing that presence. And the ICE patrollers, the community safety watch folks and the parents of the sanctuary team are inviting people to come out tomorrow, Friday at 3:45 at school to bring signs, to come and show our families, to show the community that we stand in solidarity with those who are being taken, with those who are affected. And so if members are listening today, please spread the word to come and demonstrate that the community is united and that we are here to defend our communities. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. Entonces, sé que se está traduciendo, pero por cualquier cosa, mañana, después, al final del día, están invitados a traer carteles con mensajes con las familias, porque demostrando solidaridad y que estamos aquí para defender nuestras comunidades del terrorismo del Estado federal, del gobierno contra nuestra gente. Entonces, por favor, vengan si pueden, antes de la salida y después de la salida, enfrente de la escuela y en la esquina van a estar voluntarios y gente demostrando su solidaridad por lo que está pasando.
Okay, thank you. And thank you both. And thank you everyone who participated in public participation. There's no one else who's raising their hand.
No, there's no more names in the chat, no one raising their hand. Yeah, no, we got something. Flor Cortes? Oh, no, we got more. Okay, Flor Cortes, we got more.
Okay, sounds good. Do you want to call on one of?
Yeah, Flor, you can go ahead.
Sorry, the audio is a little off. Am I on?
Yep, you're good.
Oh, fantastic. I wanted to just let it be known that I know that there's a second grade teacher who just recently left her position. I'm not sure if this was brought up already, but I wanted to give high recommendation to Mrs. Espino, Jasmine Espino, to be hired on as the permanent sub or as the teacher for that classroom if possible. I'm not sure how that works, but I wanted to just kind of go on record, you know, that I think it would be a really good idea to have Mrs. Espino be the teacher for the second graders, seeing as how she's already familiar with some of the students. And then for my current fourth grader last year, she was, and for her third grade class, she was the like the permanent sub. I don't know what the title is called, because her teacher was on leave, and she got all the kids love her, and she's even whispering right now in my ear that she was the best.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Yeah. Thank you, Flora. And just as a note, and this is a note for everyone, Principal Zayas is not here today. As one of the reasons we don't have quorum. So we'd recommend, because the LSC is not the one that hires folks, obviously, if you send that email to our LSC, so we have it documented, and of course, that email will be forwarded to our principal. So, yes. Yes. So thank you,
Okay.
Flora. Yeah,
I can
thank
do
you.
that. Thank you.
Please do. Thank you. Also be safe. I don't know if you're driving, but if you are, be safe.
I am.
But
Thank you.
but anyway, yes, there's another person.
Miss Nina Sanchez. Miss Nina Sanchez?
Well, I think we do. Ms. Sanchez? I didn't get it. Yeah, I don't think so. All right.
She just came back on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Janet?
just did it. Miss Nina Sanchez?
So I would like to talk to them if Ms. Sanchez is not there.
Well, I don't know, she just left and came back.
Okay.
¿Sí me pueden escuchar?
Yes.
Okay, gracias. Thank you so much. Sorry about that technical glitch.
All
I
good.
appreciate the opportunity to address the community today. Agradezco la oportunidad de poder ofrecer un comentario a esta comunidad esta tarde. Voy a ofrecer mi comentario en español. Y yo sé que lo van a traducir al inglés como se necesita. Pero esta temporada es desatado como una ola de ataques contra la comunidad latina, no solamente en este país, sino que también en esta ciudad. En primer lugar, quiero reconocer y expresar mi gratitud a los padres y los vecinos que se han ofrecido para velar por la seguridad de nuestra comunidad escolar. El hecho de que muchos se hayan ofrecido voluntariamente demuestra un verdadero espíritu de liderazgo. Y es lamentable que los supuestos líderes de nuestra escuela no se hayan comunicado de una manera proactiva con las familias sobre las medidas que están tomando para brindar mayor apoyo y protección a nuestros hijos. Es una injusticia para nuestros hijos que su aprendizaje no aborde los sucesos del mundo real que ocurren a su alrededor, inclusive casi en sus puertas. Este es un principio fundamental de una educación culturalmente pertinente, libre de prejuicios y antirracista. Espero que juntos podamos ofrecerlos y extenderlos aún más para abogar que hagan cambios, sino para ofrecer mayor beneficio a los estudiantes en esta temporada. Esto no es el tiempo de dar presión a la asistencia a alumnos sin saber la razón por qué no van a la escuela. Esto no es la temporada de cerrar puertas a la escuela temprano y botar a niños de la escuela cuando no sabemos si tienen algún lugar seguro en donde irse. Este no es un tiempo de dar directivas en secreto o excluir al liderazgo de padres. ¿Okay? Es tiempo de ofrecer la mano. Y lo que estamos viendo es lo contrario. Y es muy desafortunado que nosotros como padres tengamos que estremecernos para estar cuidando esta comunidad, para forjar las relaciones entre otro y dar el apoyo necesario en este tiempo. So it's really unfortunate. It's the last thing I want to say in English. It is absolutely unfortunate that there's not greater levels of support and protection to our children at this time. It's an absolute disservice to our kids that the learning isn't addressing the real world events taking place at their doorsteps. This is a core tenet of culturally responsive anti-bias and anti-racist education. How can our so-called leaders not take a more proactive approach in communicating with families about the measures they're taking to support our kids and to support our communities? This is not a time to lean on and push attendance when we don't even know why kids aren't coming. This is not a time to be closing our doors and kicking kids off campus when we don't know if they have a secure place to go to. And I hope and I'm grateful for everyone who has stepped out without being asked, who are embodying a true spirit of leadership in doing so, because that's what we're going to need to get through this. And so I hope that we can continue to come together as parents and community, as people committed to the safe future of our city, to lean on one another, to bring resources to one another, and to lean on this administration to step up to their responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nadia?
I know that I just wanted to mention something to be proud of. Tracy Gallagher sent a letter. I don't know if we're going to have a chance to read it, but I wanted to commend everyone who participated in the Ghosts and Secrets. Thank you, Justin, for coming to see us. The kids did amazing. Even people who were just walking by, we will ask them if they had seen the other ghosts, like we call them, and everybody loved it. We made people who were sad left the cemetery with a smile on their faces. So I just wanted to thank everyone, Tracy for the inspiration and the leadership, and for all the kids and parents who helped and participated.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nurian. All right, it doesn't look like there's anyone else, Miss Mann?
No.
No? Okay. Then, well, first of all, thank you everyone for participating. And the only note that I have, right, is that I'm going to encourage our assistant principal and our principal to review the video recorded public participation, because public participation is always important, but especially given everything going on, even though they are not with us physically, they need to be reviewing what our community has to say. So that is that for public participation. As I said to the LSC before, I think what we can do is we can move through our agenda, skipping over things that we cannot discuss, or excuse me, skipping over items that we cannot vote on, and not discussing things that can wait until next week. So moving down the agenda, we have our first item, which is fundraising events. I don't know that it would be useful for any of us to discuss those events right now, especially because they'll be voted on in December. So, does anyone have any objection to just moving on?
I would like, maybe when we come to the FELE part, it's related to fundraisers, so I'll wait till the FELE part.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so we're moving out of part 5.
Eighth grade has some fundraisers that need to be approved, so we're not going to be able to approve them until December.
Thank you for that question. We were going to look at that. Unfortunately, we can't vote on those. And so we did actually just, part of what we were going to talk about is seeing if there's a possibility of having a special meeting so we can approve those fundraisers in time. Because I'm seeing that at least there's some when are the fundraisers for 8th grade? Sorry, because the ones I saw coming in.
Chocolate starts next week. Chipotle is November 19th, and the popcorn is in December. This is Mr. Grissom, 8th grade homeroom teacher.
Thank you, Mr. Grissom.
Yeah. Thank you. Unfortunately, by law, we're not allowed to approve them today, but we can certainly find workarounds to ensure that students aren't hurt by this. But I can't brainstorm anything right now. We'd have to just meet again to approve these.
To approve them.
Just to clarify too, for those who maybe were not here, and we don't have quorum. We're missing principal, we're missing quite a few people.
The chair.
Chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be clear, we need around 7 people, and I think we only have 6 folks with us right now.
When is the first one? When is the first?
Next week. Right?
Next week. Do we have a date? I mean, we know next week. But...
Yeah, I don't.
We were hoping to start selling. It's an annual sale of World's Finest Chocolate. We were hoping to start November 17th.
Okay.
Which is not next week. So on the following Monday or Tuesday. But the problem isn't we can't order the chocolate until the LSC approves the fundraiser. So so this might just have to be bumped until December.
Mr. Grissom, we're gonna see if the LSC is able to have a special meeting, because it looks like if this is November, well, would they not get in? They would not. The chocolates won't get here in time. How much time do you need to order them if you're hoping to get them to start the 17th? Like how much time? Like what time?
Yeah.
What's the latest we could meet next week to be able to approve this so that you have enough time to order them and get them to do the fundraiser?
I would say by on Tuesday, is that the 11th?
Yeah.
Or Wednesday? Well, Wednesday the 12th.
Yeah. And how would it affect if you were to move on to, if we delayed it until the next meeting of the December meeting?
When is that going to be?
But it'll be December 4th.
December 4th.
Well, we have another fundraiser December 15th for a different product for a week, and that's designed for the holidays. The chocolate is always kind of pre-holiday.
Right.
But we'll do whatever we have to do.
We apologize. And we really did think that we were going to have quorum. And so we apologize for this. And so we will have a conversation to see if it's possible to do it as soon as possible for the next LSC meeting. And we will let you know. Again, our apologies.
So we're canceling the Chipotle fundraiser or not doing it, which was scheduled for November 19th. We sent in a proposal a couple weeks ago with these 3 listed.
Yeah, and so I'm seeing it in front of me now. And so the 9th, like I said, we need to confirm if we can have a meeting before the 19th to let you know. So I don't think we can let you know, give you a definitive answer if you need to cancel or not. But we can follow up with you.
All right.
Quick question. This is Maritza. I'm the president of FELE. Is there, I know that when the fundraisers like a restaurant night is held out of the school, which is the restaurant, if we as FELE can submit that, I mean, it doesn't have to go through the LSC. We just need just approval from the principal to share the flyer. That's what we were told. And then in this matter, I don't know, I would have to, Mr. Grissom, is this the tax ID number that you guys proposed to Chipotle, was that from the school?
I believe so, yeah. It was Miss Pena who set that up. She is not
Okay.
here right now. I can
Okay,
clarify.
then, yes, so do you, Jenny, do you know if that's a conflict, that FELE will take over the fundraiser for them and just advertise it as FELE in support of the 8th graders? Or do we have to give the tax ID, like the FELE tax ID number to Chipotle? Do you know if that's a conflict in the school when it comes to the school?
So again, I'm not an expert in that. I would say that given my experience in nonprofit fundraising, the tax ID needs to go to the nonprofit that it's for. So if you make the recommendation, again, not legal professional advice, but my recommendation would be to communicate with Chipotle to change the tax ID beneficiary to FELE. And FELE would be able to, as you've done with other fundraisers, as long as it says it's for FELE, then you can move forward without LSC approval, as you've done with previous events.
Okay.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, yes, if we can do that, Mr. Grissom, and we will gladly, I can give you the tax ID number. I can send it to Ms. Pena, so you guys can change it if it's possible, and then we can take over your fundraiser.
Okay.
And Mr. Grissom, I would just like to, in terms of for transparency, the LSC the LSC members did not receive this fundraising form until today as a printout. So we're not aware previously of the time frame for this. So just wanted to, for transparency, saying we're just kind of responding firsthand of this without the principal being here or having communicated this with us previously.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I
it was
appreciate.
submitted October 8th. Well, you could see that there on the form. All right.
Noted. Thank you. And also thank you to Jenny for very quick problem solving skills.
Well, thank you for Maritza and Fele for your ongoing leadership in helping to facilitate fundraisers for the school. And actually, Mr. Grissom and Ms. Pena, unfortunately, even the form that was submitted, although I see that it was submitted October 8th, the principal did not sign the form, which we
Yeah, but it wasn't like a real email.
it was okay.
But there's no form that he signed.
And so it's not signed by the principal. So even without him being here, we wouldn't have been, yeah. So I think the best course of action is to go with Fele supporting on the Chipotle fundraiser. And then we will see if we can have to approve the world's chocolates and the popcorn sale at another special meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving away from fundraising events, we will now go into reports. Our student representative is not here, so we'll not get a report from him. My understanding is that we do have a principal report, but it's not worth it for us to go through it. However, this will be available. The principal report that we have in our hands right now will be available online, I believe, right, Jenny?
Yes.
Eventually. Okay, thank you. So yes, this principal report will be available online. Again, reiterating that our principal is not here right now to give this report. So we will now move on to other reports. We have not heard from the Bilingual Advisory Council in a while. And so Margarita?
Bilingual Advisory Council?
Yeah.
Sure.
Want to give a little report? It's been a while.
Okay. Well, I think the one you're referring to is our dual language action plan committee.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No,
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
So
I'm
there's two
sorry.
different.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I
But
mean-
that is coming up. Yeah.
In terms of that, I'm not sure, is Angela Camacho on there? Can you see her on there? No? Who are you looking for? Angela Camacho. Okay, that's the new president of BAC.
Oh, okay.
That still hasn't been shared with the LSC of who that was.
No.
No information about that has been shared with us.
Okay, well, yes, it's been a slow start, due to the fact that that population has, which the major population of that committee, has been affected, by what's going on citywide. And so it's been a little difficult, to have attendance at the meetings. They did invite me to their, citywide meeting, which took place last Monday, and it was a very good event. It addressed how to organize, how to get speakers to present workshops. They did have a lot of consideration for what is going on with ice resistance and how to ask requests in terms of support from the school administration. So hopefully that will happen.
Follow up on that.
Sorry, Margarita.
Sorry.
Whoever is on.
Yeah, we
oh,
are.
wait.
Didn't find it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind. Sorry.
Yes.
Continue.
So both her and I believe it was also the president and the vice president attended the citywide back presentations. And I think it was well organized, and I think they've learned a lot and are ready to continue. And they will be meeting with the LPT teacher, or maybe they did meet today, I'm not sure, and try to have their workshop. The first week of December, I think they're working on. I think she can provide more information next time.
And the person, Miss Arxa continues to be the staff liaison for
Yes.
that?
Okay. Thank you, Margarita. Do you want to give a report for dual language action plan?
Very brief. We have not met this school year thus far. And we have been a little hesitant to push forward on it because I think our main theme we haven't had a formal meeting on it, but we are scheduled to have a meeting on with our network chief on November 13th. And we'll be discussing the dual language time allotment for language. So that will take place. So
November 14th?
November 13th. So I think once we have that,
With Dr. Trump?
yes. So I think once we have that meeting and some more specific guidelines, we can then work on presenting our timeline for our meetings and move forward with looking at what's in the language action plan, especially the parent component of it, and moving forward.
That's great, Margarita. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well then, someone might give a fellow report. I know we didn't receive anything, but someone may want to say something.
Maritza or any from Feliz, I know we didn't receive a written report, but is there any report you would like to provide?
I know that, can you hear me?
Now you can. We hear your dog.
Something, yeah.
Maritza?
No, it's
A little
muffled.
faint.
Second, please. Give a second.
No, there you go.
Yep. We can hear you now.
Okay. I think Virginia tried to read the report. I know she's only virtual. I don't have it with me, but so far, things that I can see, there was or that I can remember actually, there was a fundraiser done through Chipotle for fifth grade. And that there's two checks coming in for some reason. I believe they do it separately. Maybe they do whoever purchased online and then whoever is in person. So we don't have an exact amount until we receive those checks. And once Fede receives that check, it will be donated to the school for the fifth grade Cahokia trip with a letter of donation, because that's how we are supposed to do it. And other than that, our meeting that we've been holding every month, once a month, and today we will be continuing with our agenda in a virtual meeting. Besides that, I don't think there's anything relevant that we've taken, just local things, like for the Halloween party, that I do have, I need to thank everybody, our community, our parents. Thank you so much for the donation of candy. We made a difference in our kids' lives. I think all our kids went home with a smile, regardless of them continuing trick-or-treating that night or staying home to be safe. So I would like to, Fela's name, I would like to thank all our community members for that, and our parents. Also, Escuelita, we started with Escuelita. So far, there's still been registrations for some openings in our after school. And I just want to say that it's free, right? We were able, for all the donations that we've gotten with the fundraisers from Fiesta Cultural, it's able to be free. Hopefully the next session in January still continues to be free, but in order to continue to be free, we still need, donations here and there if parents can help us out, because we are also providing the snacks. And last year, snacks were provided by the school. Unfortunately, this year, we did meet with Mr. Sayas when we spoke about Escuelita, and he did mention that just like security, that we didn't have to pay for security because he had OST, that we would be provided also with snacks. And then after, when we started Escuelita, we spoke to Sonara, which is the person in charge of the lunchroom, and she spoke to Mr. Sayas, and Mr. Sayas said that we should provide for our own snacks. That we weren't told that at the beginning, but we are providing for snacks for our kids. So I believe we were at a count of 160 per week. So we're trying to provide our kids with healthy snacks. When it's fruit, we are giving fruit and some snacks here and there for them, but every child gets a snack at Escuelita before starting Escuelita. So I really want to thank the parents that have been doing those donations, that our program is free as of right now for our families, and it will continue until the last week of December, just like the regular OST, and we're hoping to start in January with our teachers that will keep on providing programs for Escuelita, and we will see if we can get outside vendors also to have more programs for our children. So Escuelita, the candy for that Halloween. What else? I know I had something else in mind, but just, thanking the community for all the support that you guys do to Fele to keep this going. And then we are having readathon in November. I know that there's families that are familiar with what readathon is. So we will explain to the kids, we will have a form sent home, and throughout this whole following week, we will have more information on how readathon is, it starts and goes. And those funds, there are several things that we're trying to get allocated for that, for those funds. And I don't know if Virginia had mentioned, we did have a quote because one of our items that we have in mind is to replace our lockers for school. So the children that benefit from the lockers are the middle schoolers. And our quote is $65,000.
You are breaking up a bit.
Yeah, we're not able to hear you, Maritza, but I think.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes.
No, so the readathon though will be the next big fundraiser in around Thanksgiving break, right?
Yes, yes, that will be around Thanksgiving break. And so we're trying to see if we can allocate to, we got a quote for our lockers, and just to replace the lockers that we have, our quote is $65,000.
Maritza, you know what? We recommend if you have, if you want to finish your report by maybe emailing us with the rest of your items, we can certainly post that. But it's just a little hard to hear from you right now, so I think we need to move on.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Yes, I will.
Thank you, and thank you
Can I
so
have
much
one
for all
last
the
thing
work
for
that
the
was.
center report real quick before we move on? Is that okay or no?
Oh, sure.
There, go ahead, Virginia.
Yeah, but Virginia,
Sorry, I just
our
wanted
audio
to
is
put in that the next in-person meeting is going to be December 1st, and it's going to be a cookie exchange. So if anybody wants to bring cookies to my birthday, to the FELA meeting, which happens to fall on my birthday, like we will be in the lunchroom December 1st after school. Okay, so bring your best birthday cookies. I mean holiday cookies. Holiday. Okay. All right. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to add, can I add something super quick?
Sure.
Sorry, because I'm driving and I totally forgot to email the report to you guys. But just wanted to highlight the last big fundraiser that we had, which was Ghosts and Secrets. And it was extremely successful, despite the fact that there were so many challenges for FELA to advertise the event. But we raised over $1,800. We were able to get donations from 2 aldermen, and we had, lots of volunteers, and the kids did an absolutely phenomenal job. And I wanted to thank Tracy. She was the lead on that, and we hope that that is something that we're able to continue to do on a yearly basis.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I do have something regarding FELE that from the LSC perspective that I would like to share with the public, addressing the challenges in fundraising that I think that is important to raise into public record. Because the last several meetings, there have been questions around what the clarity on the protocol for fundraisers is. And so whether or not third-party platforms can be used for and QR codes can be used for fundraisers. And this resulted because of Principal Zayas's decision to block the publicity around the fundraiser of Ghosts and Secrets because it was using a third-party platform. The administration actually cut out the QR fundraising from the banner that FELE had spent money and resources to advertise. And I am submitting that to public record and sharing that in the chat, demonstrating this vandalization of the property to show, again, the barriers that were created for our friends of the school to be able to fundraise, and that we did receive directly email from Ms. Winding, LSC Relations, confirming that third-party platforms can be used, including QR codes, as long as the fundraisers are being held off school grounds. They just need principal approval. So the decision to not allow for the use of This event is solely responsible by the decision of Mr. Zayas to block the publicity of that, both on banners and flyers. And I just think it's important for the community to know that, and that even beyond that, those challenges and the obstacles created by Principal Zayas and the administration, we still had a successful event, and really want to commend the leadership of FELE, the parents, for attending that event and for raising the funds again for our school. And I'm hoping that moving forward with the clarity of this, we are clear that if fundraisers are not advertised, again, that is because of the principal's discretion and not because of any LSC or CPS regulations.
Thank you, Jenny.
And I'll be putting a photo of that in the chat for the public record for people to see.
Yeah, please do. All right. On that note, I think we're ready to go to our last report here. It's for PPLC from Ms. Mann.
I'll email, I didn't email the recording there. So PPLC, first meeting was October 1st, second meeting was October 22nd. PPLC is comprised of supposed to be the principal, myself, Ms. Delgado, Mr. Grissom, Mr. Alter, Ms. Alba, and Doctora Ceballos. As of the last two meetings, we do have a meeting, I think, next Wednesday morning at 7:45 in the cafeteria. As of now, so far, Mr. Zayas has not come to any of the meetings, which is contractually, I think, required. So I'm hoping he does start showing up to some of them. The big chunk of the information I would say is that we had met on the first, we created and approved Google form for feedback of what the goals of PPLC should be, asking the teachers. They comprise of the following questions, and I'll give you just a little feedback on what each one was. So, what do you want PPLC to focus on this year regarding curriculum? What we've comprised is these three: curriculum of Americas, which updating it, defining it, and getting it on paper. 2, aligning the curriculum, high quality and SEL integration. 3, social emotional, integrating social emotional into the curriculum. Do you have any questions or concerns regarding curriculum? Lack of resources was 1, and not easy access to the ones we do have. Alignment between supporting language development in both languages. And 3, scope and sequence for foundational skills in both languages. What would you want PPLC to focus on regarding instruction this year? 1, improving literacy instructional practices. 2, improving dual language best practices. And 3, differentiating and scaffolding. Concerns regarding instruction, more conversations between teachers and principal about curriculum and instruction. 2, ELL progress in attaining language proficiency. 3, professional development and how to support newcomers with very little formal schooling background in order to newcomer students experiencing trauma, and integrated explicit social emotional support. And 4, time for SPED teachers to plan. They have very heavy caseloads. And what professional development would you like to see in the future PD days? 1, do a language specific professional development, bridging, cross linguistic and cross-cultural connections, etc. 2, collaborate on curriculum development and alignment, so unit planning time. 3, teacher-led professional development, teacher input on what is presented, and being the teachers also presenting. And finding out what are the strengths in the school and having them present. And then 4, professional development on newcomers and how to support them in our instruction and social emotional development. So that being said, we are gonna work on next steps. We were hoping Mr. Dice would be here to, get some feedback and share with that, but hoping he shows up to the meeting on Wednesday and we can talk about next steps on how we move forward with that.
And can you email that?
I will email it.
Thanks, Ms. Mann.
And there is a PPLC public Google Doc.
Where can we find it in the website?
No, I have no access to that on the website. I can ask Mr. Zeiss to post it, but maybe I can share it with LSC. And for now, we can post it somewhere on LSC, whatever. You have the agendas and then approved minutes, and then the ones that are not in the approved minute folder are just ones that we
Okay. We can, put the links through the LSC. And what are the, action steps, just clear, you said contractually, he has to, Principal Zeiss has to attend those meetings and he is not. Is there any?
I have to look back on it, but basically in the contract, there is a very, especially the new one, because I have to see what the wording is on the new contract, there's a lot more emphasis on the PPLC being, it's replacing the IO. It's not supposed to, the ILT comes secondary. So considering that it has to do with input on curriculum instruction, when we get to it, budget, professional development, that is something he has to be there to listen to and be a part of.
And are there consequences besides legally breaking a contract, which is happening, but what is action steps we can take regarding that?
Oh, I don't
If he
know.
doesn't show up?
I don't
any
know.
further?
I mean, with everything, they could probably grieve it, but
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, he's been invited, so hopefully he shows up, so.
Has he explained why he hasn't come?
No.
No, okay. Have you ever spoken to him about PPLC?
Yes.
I see. He's aware that he's only doing work and that he's not?
Yeah, I mean, he had to call for the vote and we did the vote.
Wow, okay.
And he brought it up last year in
What
our
did he do?
LSC meeting about PPLC can be comprised of 3 members, but I said 3 members is not enough to get all that done. So he very, so hopefully he comes up.
Okay.
I will continue doing it again.
Please do.
He's invited to all the future meetings, which you will be able to see on that document, all the future meetings. The next meeting will be this Wednesday at 7:45 in the West Cafeteria.
So you say that he has to vote? So he calls in to vote? Like
He is a part of it.
So he votes,
Yes.
but he doesn't attend the
And it's
meetings.
just like it runs in open meetings act.
So
So
he-
it just runs just like the LSE.
Okay,
He's a voting
so I'm
member.
saying like you said that he calls to vote, but then he's not in the meeting? I don't
When
understand.
to establish it, he called for the vote because they had to establish
There's a
them.
whole way of how you do it. He
To
has
create it.
Call
Mhm.
for a vote. He has to say, okay, we're going to do votes for PPLC, and then people can make nominations and all that other stuff.
During the meeting?
No, before it
Oh,
was be
before the
created.
meeting. Okay,
Before
that's
it
what I was
created.
confused. I'm like, he called in.
No, before
But I
to
do-
establish it, he has.
Yes, in that folder, I will also include, something from the union that just explains the PPLC. So it's Professional Problems, Learning Committee, not to be confused with the PPC, which is a Professional Problems Committee. That's issues that are grievable like in the contract. PPLC has to do with curriculum, instruction, budget, and what was the last one? Professional development.
Okay, all right. And you will send this report to Ms. Matt, or excuse me, to Jenny, right?
Yes.
Sorry. Sorry.
And to all of them.
Okay, great. Okay. Great. So that takes care of the reports for today. We should now move into old business. It does not make sense for us currently to discuss committees and chairpersons. So let's strike that. We'll save that for next time. We will also, well, I suppose, we understand that there are some ideas about how to use the Cubs Charities grant. But I think at this time, without the principal here and without folks to talk about that, we maybe should not discuss it. Unless Jenny, do you have thoughts on discussing it?
All I wanted to do is just because they're new people in terms of a reminder to myself that not everybody comes to all the meetings and the minutes come out many times months later. So just wanting to give context again around this item to remind folks that this principal Zayas submitted a grant to Cubs for $25,000, which is something that Margarita Rosa as a community rep had helped reinstate through previous leadership transitions. And it's something Cubs Charity provides to many schools in the area. Part of this grant was that Mr. Zayas wrote without consultation of the LSC or teachers, was allocating $15,000 for key fobs This is something that in previous conversations at the LSC, the majority of the LSC is not in support of prioritizing that, given that there are competing needs for infrastructure improvements. And so the point of the discussion today was to have a discussion about what priorities we have to allocate those $15,000 and to go and inform the Cubs that there are changing priorities or that was not a priority for the school previously. And so that is a process that needs to take place and a decision-making process that we cannot have today.
Okay.
That's just a summary.
Yes, no, thank you. And it is very helpful context for folks, and hopefully we'll talk more about it next time. But yes, and so of course the last thing here is the recess schedule and supervision, which I also believe is a topic that should probably be kicked to next time because we don't have the relevant players here today. So, okay, so then moving on, talking about new business. Again, we are not talking about expenditures, transfers, and contracts because we cannot vote on them today. That will be a next time agenda item. Though we do have an item here about a letter about student absences. This is a letter that Nuria, parent representative, had written, I believe, right? Right, yes.
With, I passed it on to Jen to finish.
Oh, yes,
So
yes, yes.
I started the ball.
Yes, and Jenny and Nuria had graciously written a letter on behalf of the LSC to urge the Board of Education to adopt a student attendance policy in light that considers student absences due to the ICE raids going on in our city. This letter, how the process would have gone was we would have discussed this letter and then we would have voted on it. Sorry.
Needs to go into here.
You don't need them. Okay, sweet, thank you. So yes, but we would have discussed that letter and we would have voted on it. We of course cannot vote on it, but of course, but I do think to the extent you all want to discuss this, I think this would be a good time to do so. Does anyone have anything to say about this letter?
So to clarify, the letter was simply requesting that there is a policy already existing within CPS that allows and recognizing excused absences if there's a fear of safety, which the current ICE raids is. And so the letter is simply asking for CPS, which at this point they have explicitly shared and stated that this be communicated to families, and at Inter-American, asking Principal Zayas and the administration to, again, something similar to as was shared in the public participation, to explicitly share and ensure families that if there's a fear of safety for coming to school, that the school will take the proper precautions for attendance, for demonstrate and create a support plan to ensure that they get their schoolwork and other things. This was a letter that was written previously because of the timing. At this point, it's more of a symbolic gesture, but I think it's something that as an LSC, we should continue to advocate for, and something that should be sent to, that I think if we can agree, even though we don't have quorum today, that it could be sent not on behalf of the entire LSC, but we could ask the chair possibly, or another representative of the LSC to send it as one person on behalf, to the CPS, and we can continue to talk. I think in light of the public participation today, the fact that there are no clear, again, explicit, overt, proactive actions being taken, that to ensure that families understand clearly what it means if they aren't coming to school, or if they don't feel safe, what the action steps are.
I want to say that in the newsletter, right now, the policy is grades and absences related to ICE activity. If ICE-related absences have negatively affected a student's grade, the school may leave the final grade column blank so that falling grade does not appear on the report card.
Right. That is, thank you, Nuria, for stating that.
But I do agree that for me, a proactive approach would have been to share, because I think that our school, the administration has shared the CPS policies, which we are not going to get, like it was right in the advance and But what we need to know for our community is what will happen if the ICE shows up, what will happen to the parents, and how is the school gonna be able to help the parents if ICE is our workers who are outside? Like in my daughter's school, the landscaper was taken. So I think that kind of proactive protocol is what we need to hear from the school, is to know what exactly our school is going to be doing, who is in charge of what will be the roles when something happens, so we can all work together, community, parents, teachers, how we can help the students and the parents if I shows up. And I think that's the one thing that is missing.
I would add that there are many things missing, and going to what our Ms. Not Wilson shared, that the social emotional piece, I think, again, ensuring in the empathy, the social emotional, the trauma that people, even if they haven't directly experiencing, that they're witnessing around them, is ongoing. And something that, as was said in public participation, needs to be discussed in the classrooms with families, ensuring that we are living through a traumatizing terror time. And that needs to be proactively discussed. And emails are one thing, but there are other action items of conversations, trainings, other things that could be done to ensure that our family is feeling cared for and by this school community, which I think they are in other ways, but not through direct actions of the administration.
If I could add, I very rarely feel comfortable speaking up due to certain aspects of the culture and climate of the school, unfortunately. I do, however, find it extremely tone deaf that we had an attendance contest in the month of October for grade levels in a time that is beyond challenging. That's not even the appropriate word. And I would just like for administration to really think about the culture that creates amongst the students. And we're talking about children here who just hear that they can receive a movie afternoon and aren't always aware of the adversity that students face in getting to school. And I just don't think that, I'm not one for these types of contests in general, but I think in the time that many of our families are experiencing challenges getting here, getting anywhere, I don't think it's appropriate to be having these challenges or these contests.
Was this just advertised to the kids? I didn't know about it at all.
I'm not sure. I don't receive like parent
I
emails,
do
but
not
they
remember
were
seeing
in
that.
daily announcements every day.
Did
They
you
were
hear-
going
did you see
through grade levels and saying like, 6th grade is in 4th place, 5th grade is in 3rd place. And I just think, especially in these times, it just creates
I didn't know about it.
a lot of conflict. And for students who aren't able to get here, they might experience feeling as though they're letting people down when they don't have control over it and they're experiencing so much trauma outside of school. I think we can stay away from things like that, especially in these times.
And to clarify, it was not communicated to the parent community through any newsletters either. I heard about it through my daughter and was very upset about it, but I heard that they were announcing it every day, how kids were doing and trying and having this contest on the speakers.
No idea.
Well, thank you for that. And on that note, it's quite clear from our community that they want some sort of communication that is more than just an email. They want a more holistic understanding of what Inter-American's approach is. And so, Dr. Travalos, I'm sorry to interrupt you. If you have a moment, Dr. Travalos. I have been curious, I've been long curious, right? Especially after a parent had read an email communication from Amundsen about their response to the ICE raids and what's going on in our city. It's quite clear that Inter-American is taking a different approach in terms of communication than Amundsen. And so I was wondering if CPS has given any direction to principals or teachers about how they communicate their strategies to students. Is there like a unified strategy in terms of how leaders should be communicating to the community? Because it just seems that there's been some differences.
So yes, there's been a lot of resources and templates and decks, and every Monday in my call with principals and APs, we talk about it at our principal meetings and so forth. So I think the challenge is it looks a little bit different at every school. And I think it's the difference between the technical piece of all the systems that we've put together as district, including a command center where principals can call immediately, including logging any non-emergency events so the district can be responsive. But then there's the adaptive, which is how does it get executed by folks? And right now, what I'm hearing is the adaptive challenge in terms of how do we not just put the information out there, but really connect with our families and our communities and work with our internal, external partners, and really just show a unified approach to what is this very devastating and very challenging situation we're all living through right now.
Okay, okay, I understand. So another way of what you're saying, another way of saying what you're saying is that the infrastructure exists, but how it's implemented may vary school by school. I see. I understand.
Right, because the email that the parent read was something that principals sat down and took what is typically kind of our CPS bullet points and added very specific personal narratives and information and kind of wrote from the heart, right?
Right, certainly. No, that was a really well-written email that was read. Are principals encouraged to communicate as much as possible to their community about all of the infrastructure that you talked about?
So they are, and every school communication expectations just are different, right? Emails, newsletters, special blasts. So I don't think any two schools do it the same. Ultimately, what we ask school leaders to be responsive to your school community and what that might look like. I see. So.
Okay. Okay. No, thank you so much, Dr. Trevos, because I think that's the heart of this, right? Is that there's certainly infrastructure in place. CPS is responding, but CPS also encourages communication with principals and the community, and it is apparent from all of our discussion today that communication must be improved. In fact, it's lacking severely right now. So are there any other questions or comments on this topic, maybe for Dr. Trevos or in general, before we move on?
On the same topic. So we do have a parent-led group that has been in existence for a few months.
Since last year. So
yeah.
sorry, they were formed
Yeah, well, we had
last year.
we had a sanctuary statement back in March. So right before that. That's how long we've been on this. Now, when CPS came up with their general guidelines, and if you were referring to, it was presented, I think early on in September. And also working along with TTU and so forth. So, and then Mr. Sayers presented that in a formal email to the parents, to the community. And it looked like, to me, oh, okay, we're finally going to work together. And then it turned out that he's saying that no, he's not going to work with what's already in place, and which is the best resources that we have now and the best support that we can give to our parents. So where can our community go? To whom? So that the administration here recognizes that in order to be effective, we have to work.
So it goes back to what I said. So every school in CPS is expected to have some sort of safety team, is the broad term, to help deal with this right now. And it looks different in terms of the composition. Some schools, it's the CTU rep that's leading it. Some schools, it might be a different person. Some schools, it's the principal leading it and the AP. So Inter-American does have one, and my advice to Principal Zayas has been, when it was here on Monday, is collaborate with the stakeholders, because I know there's some community groups, our aldermen, right? The Inter-American Sanctuary team. So everyone's working together to support each other, communicating together, and being one kind of united voice. And I will continue to repeat that. So I'm not sure what the roadblock is. But that is the kind of the recommendation and the advice that I've given. And I would encourage that the team, which is more than just him, like make those connections.
I think Dr. Carlos to jump in too. First of all, thank you for advising Principal Zayas on that. I hope you continue to advise him on that. I'm a mere community member, but I can speak from my perspective that Lakeview is a community that wants to step up for the school. And in my interactions with all of the response, particularly with regard to the ice watch print outside, it seems like the support is occurring, but it's not occurring in connection with the school. And I'm just glad that it's occurring, but I have not seen much outreach from the administration specifically to the sanctuary team and to community members. If there has been outreach, it's been very specific. I've been very impressed and I'm excited that the community has stepped up in this way. And I think the administration, Principal Zayas and his administration have a lot to work with. I just hope that he works with them. And it doesn't seem like that has happened. And that's really all I have to say. We are always community and sanctuary team. Of course, I don't speak for the sanctuary team, but as someone who volunteers with the sanctuary team, I know they're absolutely willing to collaborate. But it seems that the willingness is not exactly both ways. So
there was a letter sent to Mr. Zayas, wasn't there? Any response?
Yeah, it was shared at the meeting. It was shared through the sanctuary team, and I don't have it in front of me from the sanctuary team that shared, but essentially was not responsive to providing support or seeing it as an outside group that he would not
So that's why he responded that he would not collaborate.
Again, I don't have it in front of me, except it was a responsive of saying that he would not provide there was some specific requests for support and he was unresponsive of it in terms of responding directly. So there was a second email sent.
Okay.
And he hasn't responded to the second email.
Okay. So he said that he would not collaborate, more or less. I'm trying to understand what you're saying that he said. I don't understand what you said.
I'm happy if you would like to talk, because I'm not here representing the sanctuary team. I'm here as an LSC person. I think.
No, I wanted to know that he replied.
He replied
but it was
in an
not
unsatisfactory way, in a way that.
He will not share the protocols or.
I would, well, I know because we're informal, I would like to invite Lupita, who's a co-lead of the sanctuary team, to respond as representative to share with the community what Principal Zayas shared. That would be great since you're online.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Let me just, I apologize, I'm driving, so let me just pull over so that I could read this, but I do have it in
Perfect.
my email and I could respond, I could read his response. Give me just a quick second. I apologize, trying to shift through this. Okay. Here is his response. Thank you for the update and for your continued support of our families. To keep safety and communication clear, supplies, the school does not fund supplies for external parent-run operations. Whistles for public use have already been provided and coordinated by Dr. Ceballos. I would suggest meeting with Fele in regards to funding possibilities. Communication. Schools' communication to families are issued as needed based on verified information and through established school channels. Volunteers. Community and parent volunteers are being organized directly by One Northside and board member Ms. Karen Secor. Any on-campus volunteer roles must follow CPS procedures, selection, clearance, and school scheduling. Off-campus activities remain independent of Inter-American Magnet School and CPS. We appreciate your continued partnership and your commitment to a safe, welcoming environment for all Inter-American families. And if I could just add, we had a follow-up just in terms of asking for a plan in case of ICE activity, and again, requesting a meeting, because the part of this initial formal email was requesting a meeting, and we have yet, I think it's been like 2 weeks now, have yet to receive a response to a meeting request or or he has yet to provide any kind of plan in terms of any kind of ICE activity and what the school would do and how he would keep our family safe.
Thank you, Lupita. And I will just clarify in terms of, again, because of the history of misleading information, I would like to, I think it's important to say that this email has a lot of misleading information. One being that 600 whistles were donated by a parent to the school that have not been distributed through formal channels to parents. The communication, there were 2 verified ICE sightings in the neighborhood of Lakeview that were not communicated by the school directly, and volunteers, although One Northside and board member Karen Secor are active in supporting community-wide efforts. The current volunteers, which are made up of over 50 volunteers who are actively on the Inter-American ICE Watch Support Sanctuary Team, include also another 200 who have pledged their support of wanting to, that is all run through the parent sanctuary team and not connected at all through directly through One Northside. So that, just for clarification on that.
And Lupita, I don't know if you're still here, but Lupita, to be clear, so you have not, the sanctuary team has not met with Principal Zayas at all?
We have not. We made 2 requests via email, and he did not reply. In the first email, I just read you the first request that included an email like, hey, we need supplies. We need some coordination with volunteers. This was when we heard of the safety committee that was being formed. Since then, we know that Dr. Ceballos has stepped down as the liaison that was supposed to be working together with the sanctuary team. So since then, I have no idea. And it's not been, I think, informed to, definitely not to me as a parent or as somebody part of the sanctuary team, who a new liaison is going to be, if there's going to be one. So there's been no communication between the safety team and the sanctuary team at all. And the request was made to meet with him. The first email, he didn't respond. We followed up with another request, and we have yet to receive a response, whether that's a yes or a no. There's been a response, but obviously it's been about 2 weeks now, and we have not gotten anything back from him.
I see. Okay, Lupita, thank you. Yeah, as a concerned community member, that's really distressing to hear. I mean, I guess the only thing to say, maybe to round out our discussion tonight, is I know that our community will step up one way or another to protect our students here at Inter-American, and they have, whether or not the administration has been supportive or communicative. And as distressing and disappointing as it is to hear that our principal has not communicated with community members who are earnestly trying to protect our students, I'm just thankful to hear that you all are still stepping up regardless of the support that you all receive from our school. So I will continue to see you all on the sidewalks. Thank you so much for all of your work that you do. And hopefully our principal, I don't know if he's going to watch this recording, but if he does, I hope that he sincerely takes the advice of CPS, Dr. Travelos, his LSC, that you need to be responsive to our community, especially now in this time of crisis, some of the worst crisis that our school has gone through in its existence. So does anyone else have anything to add on this topic before we move on? Okay. The last topic that we have on our, one of the last topics we have is another opportunity for public participation. Miss Mann, I don't know, because you're all the way over there. I don't know if you see anyone that wants to speak, but now is another opportunity for folks to do so.
Mr. Grissom raised his hand, and then anybody else, you can either raise your hand or put your name in the chat. Mr. Grissom?
And also Ms. Reinfeldt wants to speak as well, but we'll go with Mr. Grissom first.
Joe Grissom?
Hi, sorry about that. Just one point of clarification. It was stated that the fundraising form had not been seen yet. I just looked back at my email, and Ms. Pena did email it out to administration on October 8th. And then Mr. Sayas, he forwarded it to all of the LSC members. And it looks like, I don't know these names, but it looks like people from the network as well on October 8th. So I just wanted to clarify that LSC members should have seen this on October 8th. It should not have been. I don't think it's a true statement to say that you just received it today.
Yes, Mr. Grissom, thank you for clarifying that. And yes, I personally missed that email, and it was brought to my attention after we spoke. And thank you for clarifying that we did receive it. I didn't see the specific printout until today, but the email was received to the entire LSC on that date, October 8th. Thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you. Kristen, did you want to speak?
Yeah, I just wanted to, I wasn't here earlier when the interim AP was here, but I just wanted to take a second and give a shout out to Mr. Avila and just say that we're so excited and we're so happy for him in his new role as a principal. But I just want to say that he will be sorely, sorely missed by this community. And just a small token of my appreciation is this shout out. His support over the past few years has been completely unmatched, and his smile, his laughter, just being the person that many of us needed to rely on in times of challenges. He really has stepped up to the plate and just been an amazing administrator, and that school is so beyond lucky to have him as their principal. And I know I'm not just speaking for myself, that we're so happy for the time that we had him here.
I agree. They're very lucky.
Yeah.
Super lucky.
Thank you. All right. Well, I don't know if anyone else is up, Miss Mann. I can't see the computer.
Maria Luisa Andarte.
Okay.
Hola, buenas tardes. No prendo mi cámara porque como no me tengo que peinar, estoy en mi casa. Entonces, solo quiero darle las gracias al team que está trabajando para mantener a nuestras familias y estudiantes seguros. Lamentablemente, una vez más, es comprobado la falta de liderazgo del principal Sayas. También yo sé que lo de inmigración es nuestra prioridad número 1, pero no nos podemos olvidar los estudiantes que están en la Interamericana. Familias me conocen por los años que tengo en la escuela y por el activismo que he hecho, y ya me he enterado no de 1, no de 2, no de 3, mínimo 4 casos que se les están violando sus IEPs. Entonces me gustaría que por favor alguien hiciera nota de eso y quedara en public record de que algo está pasando en Interamericana, y obviamente Sayas no está tomando liderazgo, porque obviamente sabemos que no sabe, no puede o no quiere, no sé. Pero esos niños están siendo afectados, y esos son solamente 4 que yo conozco. Así que por favor, si pueden hacer una nota de esto a él, al case manager, no sé, para que por favor revisen esto. También otra cosa que me dejaron saber fue que él mandó acerca de los school fees de la escuela. Yo sé que como LSC no tienen el poder, si se puede decir, de aprobar los fees, pero él sí tiene que dejarle saber primero al LSC lo que él propone para que le cobren a los estudiantes, que para mí es ridículo cuando la escuela tiene más de $200,000 que están sentados en la cuenta y le siguen cobrando a las familias estos dinero que no se está haciendo absolutamente nada. Entonces, por favor, ahí también veo que escuché que está el señor Travelos. Por favor, señor Travelos, haga algo con este caballero, lléveselo a su oficina, siéntelo a un lado, porque realmente solo está destruyendo nuestra comunidad. Gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
All right. Is there anyone else?
No, that's it.
Okay, sounds good. So then to conclude here, we will announce our next meeting and our next scheduled.
Oh, I'm sorry. before you announce
sorry.
this meeting.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that we need to recognize that we are never going to have confirmation of the required units of instruction. Again, just the way he responded to the Centauri team, this is what's done. That's the way he disguised his letter. So, I think that our community needs to be aware of that.
Of what?
Didn't he say that he checked on the work?
The minutes? Yeah, we got an email saying that, and I understand how it's being done. They're replacing the 1 hour with the 10 minutes of every day, and then whatever in this, what is it called? The restorative, whatever. If they do 10 minutes and then whatever is left, they use it for support for the class that they are replacing. My question to Mr. Avila when he explained it was like that those 10 minutes at the beginning of the day do not sit they don't seem like they would be very proactive, very useful. So, okay, yes, in paper we have the minutes, but how useful or how valid they are. And I think that's the question. The issue is, yes, we have the minutes, but are they valuable? Are they
a concern?
but the teachers seem from 7 and seem to have been the ones who were in this way.
It was a
So-
vote for middle school. And that was part of the CTU contract. They were able to vote. The younger grades know, from what I understand. And we also, where those minutes get put for those 10 minutes, that is not something that, whether it got lumped with lunch or recess or before school or at the end of the day, that is solely on the principal. And then the voting on the advisory, that is something that in the contract is allowed. So,
But for me, it's like, how could the teachers agree or him agree that those 10 minutes, daily minutes are
this is the first time
useful?
it's come up. So, it's a new contract.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, like that there is like these things where you question the teachers, you question the principal for allowing it. I do not know why. To me, it doesn't seem valuable, the minutes, but.
Statement saying that it could not be added at lunchtime.
And I agree with you. And I think that there are issues. What I'm saying that the way I understood it is just that the teachers chose those 10 minutes at that time. That's what I was told by
I think
Mr.
there
Avila.
just needed to be a clear, like you said, a clear communication
Yes.
of how that was done and where it came to that. Because I think people think that it could have changed or why was it done this way? If it was just clearly communicated from the get-go, this is how it happened. Maybe that would have,
Well, I think he tried, but it did not clarify. I remember him trying to explain it, but it didn't make sense. It didn't
I do
Yeah, I
remember
mean,
that too.
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. That's
Try.
the-
But that's the thing. He did. He explained it. He did, but we don't get it. I mean, it took me. I had to talk to Mr. Avila in person to figure it out. I was working.
I think that the discussion. I mean,
But-
I think we
But
should
I
move
just
on.
want to say that in this letter, he puts that it cannot be done. And it cannot be added to lunch. So that all these other schools are in violation.
And
No.
but I
It could
okay.
be done. It could not be done.
It could have been done.
That's what he
It was
said.
his
not that it couldn't be
prerogative.
Done because of coverage.
Yeah.
I don't think
That
it's
is
because
true.
of violent, I think it's because of coverage. We did start the year with, not a lot of hourlies.
Also, Margarita, that would be a point to address directly with him in
Yeah.
a future meeting, unfortunately. I mean, it's a
No, I
dissatisfactory
want,
answer.
but what I'm making this.
You want it on
because-
the record.
Because I want it, number one, on record, and I want the community that's down here now listening to us to understand that we are not getting.
Right.
We are not getting accurate information from him. You know, sometimes, you know, this communication with parents, it lacks from the administration. Parents come to us and they ask. And, you know, we still can't get clarity. This has been going on since August. So I just, you know, want the community to know and to be on record.
Right. Well, thank you, Margarita. And then on that note, we have nothing left in our agenda other than to announce our next scheduled meeting is December 4th, which is a Thursday at 5 o'clock here at Inter-American. Of course, we might be able to schedule another session before then to get through these items that we did not get through today. And I guess we will stay tuned for that. And Jenny.
We'll start before we officially, well, close, not officially, but Julie did reach out asking if we could provide a straw poll of those present here to not have to go over email of straw poll of availability for next week for a special meeting.
That's a good idea.
Because we need 48 hours to post it.
Right.
So if we do it, we decide today, we'll be able to do it on Monday or Tuesday. But if we don't decide today, we'll have to be.
And so I can come, I specifically could do a Thursday the 13th, but only like a short meeting for fundraisers and not a full meeting of other agenda items. So my proposal would be the 13th. Just to vote on fundraisers.
What day of the
Before or after?
Thursday.
No, we will.
After school.
You cannot do it before the 13th, Tuesday maybe? Or
Tuesday,
Monday?
there's no school.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, Monday maybe?
I cannot.
Monday.
What time are we talking about?
After school.
Like 4 o'clock.
Or, I mean, we could do it at, potentially.
I mean, you all should go, like, do not let me hold up that whole process. I would only be able.
I teach after school every single day.
Yeah. So it could be till 5:50. Before.
Well, it's 5:30.
No, maybe.
At 8:30.
We've done 8:30 a.m.
Yeah, we have.
Just to
Really?
Yeah, if it was
Like-
just for approve it.
I mean, we
Literally
could certainly
just
do
show.
that. Yeah, we could.
Just
certainly-
show up and like we just go through roll call.
Yeah,
already
we want
discussed,
to
there's
do
no
it
questions.
in the.
The drop off 8:30, that time for nursery, as well as like 4 o'clock, but later on, no, I program myself for.
I would prefer a morning as well. I didn't realize that was a possibility, but yeah, I could do that. So.
I could do Wednesday, the 12th at 8:30.
Wednesday, I cannot because we have that PPLC meeting.
Oh, is that the time?
7:45 a.m.
Oh. What about Monday? No, we need a time to post. No, we
No, we would still have time to.
We would have
post
time.
I can't do Monday.
Tuesday?
No, it's not school.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thursday then.
Then we have the Thursday, yeah.
it.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yes.
No, it's fine. Friday? That's true.
I can do Friday.
No, but you can do Thursday, right?
No, morning.
But in
No, but in the evening.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to see if we could do it before Thursday. That's possible.
So Friday, what I'm hearing is Friday morning or Thursday evening generally will work for some combination of some of us.
Yeah, we still have to do a email poll.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So Thursday,
need 7, right?
yeah, so Thursday, the 13th, at, 5 PM, or Friday, the 14th at 8:30 AM.
that's
And
Okay.
closes.
yes. So thank you all for joining us. I don't even know who's in there anymore, but this is like been the shortest meeting of the year, which I think is a win for today. And yeah, thank you for your patience, and we will see you all again soon.
And I just want to say thanks everyone for the video, and for those of us, everyone here. I mean, it's like zooms up on you when you talk. Just so everyone knows, it's like you're being watched the entire time.
Was the sound clear for everyone at home or in the
Yeah,
cars?
before you sign off, could you hear us okay? Is it
Yes.
better?
Yeah, it was much better than normal, for sure.
Glad to hear you, Jamal. Well, thank you all.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Good night.